Wednesday. If you and I have not met, my name is Emily with Heartfelt Creations. Today we are going to be doing something that I think you'll absolutely love. We're going to create a winter wonderland together. Now, I don't know where you find yourself in your Christmas card making. You might be completely finished and waiting for Christmas to roll around. But I have a sneaking feeling that there's some of you that are still wanting to start creating those Christmas cards. And there's some of you that are in the middle of it and you're like, I just need some fresh inspiration. So regardless of where you find yourself today, we're going to create this beautiful, one-of-a-kind, wintry wonderland. It's an easel card. This is loaded with tips and techniques. We're going to learn how to color a scene very easily. We're going to add snow, and we're going to learn how to use the holiday snowflake frame as the anchor for our card base. So I am using a combination of Christmas items. This one, the images come from the Festive Winterscapes collection, which was debuted with a beautiful snow globe. If you have this, you know how classic and iconic this set was. If you don't have it, you're totally missing out. This is so beautiful. It really just reminds you of like over the hills and through the woods to grandma's house we go, right? So this is a beautiful one-of-a-kind card. Now, you might not be wanting to do 20 of these. Maybe you just want to do 2 or 3 to give to, you know, maybe your grandma, your grandpa, somebody you know just loves your creativity. So we're going to go ahead and learn how to color these images first, and then we'll learn how to create the card base together and finish it off with glitter. Does that sound good? Now, if you are just joining me, let me know where you're watching from. Don't be shy, introduce yourselves. We're gonna have some fun learning how to create these one-of-a-kind cards the easy way. So I'm gonna get started with coloring with Daubers. Now, I just wanna take a little bit of time right now to talk about this Dauber shape is what helps you create these scenes. You've got sharp points. The thing you'll want to focus on practicing when you are doing this at home is just how much pressure you are applying, okay? So first of all, we're going to start coloring with the green and adding some color to the leaves. So I'm going to be using a leaf green, and we're going to add the leaf green just right into the center, and that's all that I'm going to need for this specific one. I'm going to switch to the Forget-Me-Not and do some circular coloring around the outer edges of this tree as well, and just kind of blend those colors together. If you are new to coloring like this, just give yourself some grace, some time, and practice, and you might want to even maybe start by practicing on flowers first. But you can choose how you want to get started with it. But with this, I then will switch to brown. We're going to add our brown next, which some of it goes into the details of the cabin, some on the deer. So this is a little bit more of a what you call a power color. I was going to say, it's a little bit more of a coffee color. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for the word power color, meaning it's a really strong color that can overpower your stamped image. So I go very gently and very softly, and just a soft circular motion. As these images and scenes, they are just kind of blended into the whole scene, and you're not paying attention to like the intricacies of how it is just colored, okay? So just do a soft coloring with those little baby deers. And then we're going to go ahead and add that to this cabin as well. Now here, I am pressing down at the very tip of my sponge dauber, and I am fading in towards the door, okay? I am pressing down harder and then just kind of lifting and pulling. And this is something that you will get better with time and practice. And it's a lot of fun because it still looks like you spent quite a bit of time with your coloring when in reality you did not. And it gives the illusion of lots of blending when you really didn't spend a lot of time doing that. But if you are a colorist and you love to just sit down, watch your favorite TV show, and also color, this is a great thing to add your artistic touch with markers as well. So you get to choose how you want to do that. However, if you're wanting to make a lot of Christmas cards, you might want to you know, keep it a little bit more simple so that you can do the amount that you're wanting to. And use the sponging technique. So we're just going to go around that door. We're going to add a little bit of brown to these trees, and since this is what I would consider a birch tree, I'm just going to add little stripes of brown throughout and keep those branches a little bit more on the white side. Okay, so we're finished with that. I'm going to add a little touch of red to the door and a little touch of red to this fence over here. And I think we're all done. So that is the basic concept of coloring this scene, okay? So when you are finished, just lay these pieces aside. I have the little dude on a sled. I have the trees, this little cabin. I have some Christmas trees that are already colored, same way we did the other tree. And then these deers. Now these come in a combination of sets from the Festive Winterscapes collection, and most of these come out of the Woodsy Winterscapes. Now there are different scenes you can build. You could do the very same thing I am doing, but create more of like a holiday cheer going into a beautiful little, you know, town that's all decorated and festive for Christmas, okay? Actually, this tree, let's see. There's two different trees. There's a cup, this one has more ornaments on it, and then this one is a little bit more of a sprucey tree. And then we have one called the Starry Night, which has your Bethlehem Scene in it. So you can do lots of different scenes based on what you choose using this concept. So as you are watching, let me know what you're loving, what you're learning, how this is inspiring you. Now we're going to take a focus on the holiday snowflake frame. Now, as we're talking about all things Christmas, all things regarding the holiday season, it's just about 2 months away, right? We're so close to Christmas. It's hard to believe. But if you have some items that you have been eyeballing, or maybe you want to get some for next year's Christmas, right now is your chance. So many of our Christmas items are 30% off, so bulk up, get the ones that you do not have yet, and you'll be on your way to creating these beautiful one-of-a-kind cards. The Holiday Snowflake Frame. This has 9 pieces. Super versatile, absolutely spectacular. The intricacy, the beauty of this die is like none other. I love it for winter. This one, what I did is I cut out a base using the outer edge of the die and layered it on cardstock with the pattern paper, okay? You're going to do another one just out of white cardstock, and you're going to create a score line right on the top. I didn't measure it. I just made sure that I had enough of a gap between this area right here and enough of an area up here that's going to be able to be glued right on top. So that creates our fold for our card base. And then I just chose the center over here and just created that in half. That's what's going to create our easel card. So what I want you to do is grab your hot glue gun, or you can also grab your dry as clear glue, whichever works best for you, and just glue this card base together here at the top and just line it up and press that down, okay? And there you have that beautiful card base that's all ready to go. So I'm going to set this to the side, and we're going to prep what's going to go on top. So I cut another piece of just that main outer die out of the Silver Luxe cardstock. We're going to take a square piece or a rectangle piece and layer that right on top. So just use your dry as clear glue. I think my dry as clear glue is a little bit stuck. I did not check that before I started, which I should have done. There we go. And sometimes it gets just a little bit gunky and I have to press it, especially if I didn't make sure it was cleaned the last time I stopped using it. So here we go. Layer that on top. And then I took this beautiful frame, layered it together with the decorative piece. So I used a couple of the inside die cutouts to create this inner piece. So I took the outline of this and then used the other center piece and cut it out of the decorative pattern paper. Stamped my sentiment, and then we're just going to 3D this on top with our foam strips. And that creates the base for the scene that we are creating today. Isn't that so pretty? Just love how quickly that comes together. Now this is the half that we're going to glue that on. So what I want you to do is just take your dry as clear or your hot glue and just glue this together and just line up the white background with the silver, and you're good to go. Now before we talk about how you can make this easel stand up by itself, we're just going to layer this flat and we're going to add our scene. So the first thing we're going to add is our tree, and that's going to be added on the left hand side. I'll add one foam dot up top, peel that away, And we're going to go ahead and add some hot glue here at the bottom, and we'll put that here on the side. I love the simplistic elegance of creating a scene very quickly and easily with this set. It is so, so stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue to the base of this cabin. That's the next scene builder we're going to have, and that's going to span pretty much this base, okay? And then what we're going to do is go ahead and add this tree to the background. I'm just going to pull it up a little bit, put some hot glue on the base of the tree and pop that down, okay? So you kind of have that little buildup of the scene up here. Then you can take the other tree, this little guy, and put that one in front, okay? Now there is another tree that has some kind of like a little bit of ornaments that we used for our little city scenes. This one we'll put on this side, and that one you could have used here as well if you wanted to have a little bit of those ornaments in there. So we'll bring him in here. So he is bringing another tree to put into this little cabin for Christmas. And then for the deer, what I did is I just took the one little deer and had him facing the little cabin and just brought him in behind here. So that is the simplistic elegance of creating this winter scene very quickly, very easily, so stunning, and your friends and family will love receiving it. Now, if you wanted to make sure that when you want to display this so it doesn't slide down, you could bend up some of the sides here. But what I like to do is there are some additional snowflakes in this set with the snowflake frame. I'll just pull them up a little bit and we'll add some glue to the back. Actually, I'm going to do my dry as clear glue in this back here so I have more precise detail on this. But we'll just bring them in here. There's a couple different ways you could do that, and I'll show you another way you can use it as well, or what you can use as an anchor. You could use a sentiment banner on the bottom as well, but we'll just bring this down so it just kind of has that scattering of the snowflakes. Now your next step is going to be to add glitter. Now when you're adding glitter, you're going to go ahead, and if you want glitter going over the entire, say, the roof of the cabin where those snow piles are, you can use Dry's White. I'm actually using Dry's Clear right now. The difference between Dry's Clear and Dry's White is this. If you choose to use the Dry's White glue, it will stay more white, right? And you can test it out and you'll see the difference. I just forgot to bring out my Dry's White glue, but you'll see that, you know, if you want to test it. If it doesn't matter to you, you know, don't worry about it. But you'll just add that all over that roof and just get a solid layer of that glitter or that glue so that you can sprinkle your glitter over the top. So you have that shiny glue all over the top. Bring in your tidy tray. Put that glitter across the top. Now I would have done this glitter on other areas as well, so wherever you want there to be snow, go ahead and add that. Now this was the ultra fine crystal glitter. There's also the crystal clear, and that is more of a chunky element that has more like chunky thing, big snowflakes falling from the sky. So I love using that. And where I use that is I just sponged around the edges of my snowflake frame. You could do it with the clear or white, and it'll kind of create that silvery whitish illusion on your card and really bring that sprinkle and that shine, that glittery shine to your card. So hopefully this inspires you. Now, before I go, I have a bunch of samples in front of me. I was gonna say crap ton, but it's not crap. It's like beautiful, elegant samples, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears and show you the versatility of this beautiful, one-of-a-kind Christmas collection. So if you have the festive winterscapes, this will just give you more ideas. The one that I used is the Woodsy Winterscapes. You will see samples that I'll show you from the Winterscapes and the Starry Night Winterscapes, which is more of your Bethlehem Scene. And then I used the Holiday Snowflake Frame. You'll also see mini cards on the front that I'll show you in a little bit with a festive snow globe. So you can choose. And then the paper collection, as I show you the samples, keep an eye out for how the paper collection really ties everything together and brings that in. So we're going to show you, first of all, another way this snowflake frame was used with a different collection, building a scene with a red classic truck. So if you love that scene, let us know. We can link you to that. And if you missed out, many of our Christmas collections and the individual items are all 30% off, so you can pick and choose, select, build on the pieces that you've missed in the past, and stock up on those Christmas stamps, dies, and papers that you do not have or that you want to get more of. So here are some more ways that you can, use a smaller card base. This is your 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Here is that very same scene in a shaker card, which is so, so pretty. Here is the winterscapes with the snowman, the carolers in the base of that snow globe. Love the simplistic beauty of that. Here is the Bethlehem Scene, utilizing the paper as well as the stamps. What's great about the stamps is the stamps for this one are bold, so you can do kind of an ombre coloring effect with that. So you can do black, however you could do like an ombre effect of gold. You can also pair it into, like, say, the book as well, which creates that kind of storybook Bible effect with that, which is really, really pretty. Here you have that beautiful classic scene as well. And then this one, love this. If you wanted to do something a little bit more extravagant, a little bit more storybook-like, you could create an easel with that. Love that. Has some clear cardstock over the top. And it's just like you look at this and you're like, I want to live here. Right? Here's another one. This was just a silver outline of that snow globe. You open it up, the scene's on the inside. So whether you want to do flat or super dimensional, you get to choose how you want to layer these together based on who you're going to give it to, who you can hand give your cards, who you want to mail them to. So lots of variations on these just based on how you want to put them together. And then here's another one of the ornament, utilizing the beautiful paper behind it. Love this. So pretty. So I'm sure this has just gotten your creative mojo going on high gear. So if you felt like your creativity has been non-existent, this is your chance to get started. And it's never too late until Christmas has passed for you to get started, right? But hopefully with the inspiration that I've shared today, this will get you started to creating those beautiful one-of-a-kind Christmas winter cards that you, your friends, and family will absolutely love. And I always love to have it started early so you can enjoy the process of creating versus December 24th, frantically searching around the house for that beautiful card to accompany a gift that you want to give someone. So hopefully you can just continue to create those Christmas cards with ease, the fun and the joy that the season brings. If you don't have any of the Christmas items that you have been wanting, make sure to click on the links. You'll save 30% on many of our Christmas items. That's while they're in stock. If they run out, then those are no longer available. So thank you so much for joining me today. Happy creating. We'll see you next time. Bye.